guys, it's Kane. Today, I'm not going to do a Bop It video. I'm actually going to do a video on something that has been wandering through my head the past 20 minutes. um, so, as you guys know, I do like Japanese, kind of like my Japanese shout. I also like Korean stuff, like K-pop music. But the question is, why do I like that? Well, there's actually a couple reasons. One is that I have looked on Snapchat, and on Snapchat they have like those stories that you can put on snap maps and everything else. And you can look anywhere in the world for snaps that people have posted. And so I have looked on Japan, like in Tokyo, Japan, and in Seoul, South Korea, that the snaps that people make, I think are really, really cool. So, I do like South Korean stuff, like the language and the music and everything else. I also like Japanese things, like the Bop It, the Japanese Bop It, and some of the music that is in K-pop form also is in J-pop form, which is Japanese pop. So I am pretty much like the song One More Time that I put in my intros one time. It actually was a J-pop song and not a K-pop song. It was in Japanese, but it kind of sounds the same in a way. It's like two different languages, but they kind of sound the same, kind of. And yeah. So I guess I am just wanted to let you guys know that I do like Japanese and Korean things. I do have a friend who lives in Oregon now, but she graduated school with me. And her aunt actually is Korean. So they were going to visit, the aunt was going to visit South Korea this summer, except with COVID, that didn't happen. So I really wish they made a Korean Bop It. I mean, that would be so cool. I mean, they've got a Japanese one. Why don't they have a Korean one? So, yeah, I also noticed that if you look at my name, which I will tell you my middle name, it's Joseph. It actually is C. It's the same letter as Chinese, that Chinese starts with. J, which is what Japanese starts with, and K, which is what Korean starts with. So it's kind of Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. It's kind of cool, actually, that my initials have to do with the three languages, or they're the same letters that start with the three languages that use symbols rather than English characters, like the alphabet. So this is just a short video on basically it's kind of a strange interest that I have. And so I just wanted to let you guys know, because I basically have no video ideas right now. Since the Baby Yoda Bop It isn't supposed to come out till next month, I'm just bored, and I wanted to explain a little bit about the Japanese and Korean interests that I have. So, I mean, I do like the language of Japanese, and I like the language of Korean. I think it's kind of cool, actually, because, I mean, it's far different than it is in, like, Spanish or English or French or anything, or German or anything like that. because I think it's each symbol represents a certain number of characters. Like if you look at cane in Japan or in Japanese, it is, I looked it up and it's like 3 symbols to make the name cane. And so I think the way they do it is they have like 1 or 2 or 3 letters, like parts of a word, in one symbol. Like if you look at my Japanese Bop It box, here's the box from my Japanese shout. This has a bunch of symbols, and I imagine that like this long phrase here in yellow, that's got to be like a word that's like only 10 letters long or less, and it looks like there's way more. And I have tried to convert this, and it is hard to convert, or translate, that is. So basically, the Japanese language and the Korean language are far different than each other, and of course they're way different than English, and like the English we know, and some people speak Spanish. So yeah, that is basically an interest that I have. Just keep you in the loop. I guess that's it for this video. I just wanted to let you guys know that I do have an interest in Japanese and Korean languages, and I'm also interested in like the music that they have. And if you look at pictures of Japan and South Korea on Snapchat, it actually looks so cool. So I think this picture was from July 18th of 2020, and apparently I don't know if someone died or what it was, but tell me this doesn't look cool. That's what South Korea looks like. And then I also took a picture earlier. This is also in South Korea. I mean, it just looks so cool. It looks so cool there. I don't know if I'll ever go to South Korea or Japan. I think going to Japan would be kind of fun, actually. You get to see all the sights, and you get to, I mean, if you buy things from Japan, that would be crazy, because like if you look at a Bop It box, like I can't even dig one out, but the boxes in Japan look cooler than they do in the packaging that we see in America here, because you don't see all these crazy symbols and different packaging and stuff like that. You basically just see English words that the package gets kind of boring. But I think the packaging in any kind of Japanese product or something is far, far different than package in the US or maybe even in the UK or something like that. So that is just a little update on what I have an interest in. I've had a K-pop interest since February of 2020. And so I just explained most of what I'm interested in as of now. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!